Hi. For my video clip, I chose to answer question 1, which was, what is business process reengineering? And basically, business process reengineering is the redesign of core business processes, and is to achieve in productivity, cycle times, and quality. And so companies will try and adopt a new value system, and it increases emphasis on customer needs. An example of this was Ford in the 1980s. They realized that neighboring organizations, like in the league, had much less of a department when it came to accounts payable. And so Ford realized that there was a tremendous amount of overstaffing in comparison to their other rivaling companies. And so what they decided to do was execute the business process re-engineering. And they looked at their organization and found out that a lot of stuff was going to accounts payable when in fact it could be delegated to different branches in Ford. And so what they did was instead of having like purchasing like inventory, invoices, instead of like all sending them to accounts payable so they could process those, they delegated them to here I have it somewhere over here. They sent them to the purchasing department, and there's many departments in Ford. And so basically they just took all the jobs that accounts payable was doing and just gave them to other parts of the company. They also changed the paper forms that were being sent to accounts payable. They changed them to the online database, and they kept them. The purchasing department would put them in the database immediately, and then transfer that information to accounts payable instead of like sending the paper. And it was in the system, and so it was more efficient. And their goal starting it was to try and reduce the amount of people working in there, and they ended up reducing the size of the department, and it became more efficient. There wasn't as much need for employees, or the amount of employees that they had previously, and so it really worked out for Ford. They ended up achieving their goal, and all the departments got to pull their weight, and so that was an example, and yay.